So met Chris, were referred by some friends who recently sold their house probably a few years ago, and we know previously that they'd recommended Chris, had good feedback, good experience with Chris. So the first initial feeling on the phone when first talking to Chris, just genuine for us. We'd ask him a question, he'd provide an answer. He'd ask if we had any questions or queries, which we did because we were first time sellers of a home, and just really being comfortable around him, and there was no hesitation in contacting him any time by phone or message or anything like that. The standout thing we liked about Chris was him being honest about everything, giving us some of our, I guess, expectations of what we could expect with regarding the sale, what we needed to do to achieve what we wanted to get for the sale of the house and the time frames. So that was the biggest thing for us. And the reason why we chose Chris is basically just really comfortable around him. He was open, honest, upfront. No question was too silly. He just basically was just really approachable and really just easygoing, and just told it how it was. We decided to sell for a sea change, just really a family decision to move, so we just felt everything the time was right. Chris was very thorough with explaining the process of the sale of the house, told us the expectations and timelines of what he expected things to happen, as far as it's being marketed, what direction he wanted it or how he saw it'll go to, when it'll go live, when he expected open days to happen. Everything honestly just went exactly to plan. I certainly wouldn't want to play chess against him or poker, but his strategy definitely went to plan what he envisaged it'll be, and it went exactly that way. So the feeling of our first open home was very positive. There was a lot of feedback coming through on the presentation of the house, the expectations of the pricing. So when you were on point, it was exactly how Chris explained that it'll go, as far as timelines, some of the feedback that would come in, things that if we needed to do anything with the house for subsequent open homes. But it was just very positive, and it worked out exactly how we thought it would. My wife and I first found out from Chris that we had an offer. It was very exciting. We were both pretty nervous and excited, I guess all the emotions that you'd expect. And then it became very real for us. So I guess we all sat down and had a conference call over it to get Chris's professional opinion and advice on the offers that we had. And Sonia and I were really we were comfortable with the decision that we made, thanks to Chris's advice. So it was really exciting. It was exactly what we were expecting and hoping for. It was. I honestly couldn't think anything could go any more perfect than it did, to be honest. From my understanding, and I can tell you, there's a little bit of stress involved, just making sure that you have everything right so it goes smoothly for the open homes and for Chris, and so he can have an opportunity to do his job. But it was exactly how we envisaged it, and it was perfect. As far as the seamless process goes, Chris had an expectation and told us the timelines of how he expected things to happen, and it honestly went exactly how Chris' strategy was. It just went exactly to plan. On behalf of my wife and I, Sonia, we just want to thank Chris for everything you've done, putting up with us. A bit stressful for us sometimes, being first-time sellers, but basically, just a real big thank you for everything you've done, alleviating our fears and everything that you've done for us. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. And Chris Lou, you do.